Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And as your wise man, I'm here to bestow upon you the wisdom that you're listening to Punks Talk Wrestling.
1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to Punks Talk Wrestling! On this episode, we go back 7 years to the Barclay Center in Brooklyn, New York, and our first PLE together as we review SummerSlam 2018. I am R.W. Hillborn, the PA Rock Prince, hailing quote-unquote from Philly! And I am one half of the Crown, which is one half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion host of the world. Now, then, and forever by my side, 3,500 miles away in London, England, he is my tag team podcast partner. He is the other half of the Crown, which is the other half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion of the world, Mr. Did You Know, Sir King of Reels, the proper prick, C.J. Newman!
Did you know that in the history of, I think this is the 38th, this is the 38th SummerSlam this year. It's weird. Why don't they number SummerSlams like they do WrestleMania? Anyway, I guess because they didn't from the start. In the 38 SummerSlams we've had, actually 37, because we're not counting this year just yet, there have been, my phone, I had a thing written right here. There have been 845,265 people that have attended a SummerSlam event, and that will surely go up by around 100,000 by the end of the weekend. So we're very close to 1 million people attending a SummerSlam.
Damn.
In all time.
That's amazing.
Which is probably nothing in comparison to what WrestleMania is, but
no,
I thought that was pretty insane.
And I've been 2 of those already.
You have been, and you're about to be 3.
I'll be 3, yes, because my first PLE, well, it wasn't a PLA back then because PLE wasn't a thing. It was just pay-per-views. Was SummerSlam right. 89.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one
crazy.
We should review one time too.
We should review that. Maybe. And I was about 3 months old, actually.
Wow. Yes, that's right.
I think I have watched that before, but yeah, I definitely up for doing that again. I've got a craving to do a review of an old PLE at some point.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, we haven't done one.
We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
But speaking about reviews.
Yeah.
Here we are back in the pod for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
And SummerSlam is this weekend. So how about we review SummerSlam 2018?
Yeah. So, hey, buddy.
Hey, how the hell is it going?
Oh man, what month is? When is it?
It is almost August. It's August.
It is. It is. It's almost August, and SummerSlam's early this year too, isn't it? A little.
Well, a little, I guess.
A little bit.
It's probably been in August at some point.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's always in August, but it's probably been early August at some other point. I'm sure of it. But surely that's because wasn't WrestleMania earlier this year, or was it later this year?
Was WrestleMania early or late? Yes,
it's
so much has happened. I mean, we really haven't had an episode since WrestleMania, have we?
No, we haven't.
No, because we didn't get any in between the weeks that I was the 1 week that I was home.
That's right.
Holy shit! It has been.
Yeah, I'm just.
So the last episode we recorded was episode 78. Yeah, on June 3rd. So
that was a one-off, wasn't it?
That was. I think we had like one or two that we got. Yeah, we got in right before I left in June.
Yeah.
Which was right after you got. Wait, that was right after you got back.
Yeah.
From.
That was right after I got back at the end of May. We did like one episode and then you went out on tour. So
yeah. Holy shit, man. Wow.
And then you came back from tour and then you went out on another tour.
Yeah,
so
it's just been it's been wild. This has been a long, wild summer for both of us, man.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year for both of us.
But we're back just in time.
Just in time for this year's SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it couldn't have lined up any worse. But I'm so sick.
Oh, for real? Oh no.
For real. But I didn't want to miss out on doing this.
Yeah. We've got to. We got to force ourselves back into it. I mean, when we started, it's. Well, I'm sorry you're under the weather. That does suck. But like, it's really crazy to think about what's gone on just in the last year. Well, the last 6 months for both of us. The last year
sure.
overall, and the fact that we're coming up to the 2-year anniversary next. Well, I guess it technically ish our 2-year anniversary because SummerSlam is the anniversary.
Yeah, SummerSlam. Yeah, I mean our first episode. I can't remember the date, but it must have been around
episode
like
0,
the 8th of August or something.
I think I might have that date. Hold on, let me. I was looking at the backups just to see what the episode was. No, actually, this is it. This is it. SummerSlam must have been early that year too, because Punk's Talk Wrestling episode 0 was recorded July 31st, 2023.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah, so it looks like we're literally on the 2-year anniversary.
2 year, happy anniversary! Look at that.
Happy anniversary, buddy. We've got and SummerSlam. It will be next episode will be our SummerSlam review episodes. Even though we might be recording another episode tomorrow that won't air until after our SummerSlam review episode. But regardless, this is episode 79. And that means our SummerSlam episode will be episode 80, right? I mean, it's a pretty
round number.
Pretty round number, which also, 40 episodes per year on average. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's not so bad. When you look at it like that, it ain't so bad, is it? Like, we had a run. We had a very nearly a whole year run where we didn't miss an episode.
Yeah, and this is, the only reason that average is so low is because literally the last 2 months, 3 months we've been pretty much off.
Pretty much. I'd say March we were good. So it's pretty much April, May, and June and July. So
Yeah, holy shit,
we've
man.
been 4 months, but hey,
wow. And it feels like no time has passed at all, except so much has happened again.
It doesn't feel like, and the crazy thing is, like, not only is in our lives, but if you look back on since we last consistently did the pod, like in wrestling in general, like so much has happened. Like we've had this whole John Cena heel run that we haven't even spoken about. Like,
yeah,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, like, we really didn't get a chance to. We haven't gotten a chance to dive into that at all.
Yeah,
I mean, we certainly can, we certainly should. And
well, here's the deal. I was what are we thinking for today? Because we spoke about two things. We spoke about predictions, and we spoke about doing a SummerSlam 2018. Which would you rather do today?
Oh, I thought we could do both of them. I mean, predictions are just going through the card and
that's true. Well, I suppose we could chuck that out at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you not watch the 2018?
I did not, no.
But we were there.
But I was there. I remember it all quite well, and at least one of us has watched it. I've with being how I am and being so busy the last week, I didn't get a chance. But
I think that would be, well, honestly, your memory for things is much better than mine in general. So
yeah, I mean, I've already looked at the card and I can remember the whole. Remember the yeah.
What's wild is I remembered almost none of that. Aside from a few things, I was like, oh shit, that happened on this card too. I was like, no way, we saw that. Yes, we did. A lot of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
a lot of it got blurred out after the Becky turn. But yeah, I think. I mean, why don't we go through it? Why don't we, to the best of our recollection? I mean, I've got the notes. I've got the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, sweet.
And we can do what we always do. We'll run it down. We'll talk about what we'll talk about what you remember. I'll talk about what I rewatched. Because I have notes.
Oh wow, you actually made notes for once. You kind of got out of making notes.
Yeah, I will just I wanted to at least try. But there was, I mean, just for the fact that there's so much good memories of this time period too. Like this was, I gotta say, I feel like this was a pretty good time in WWE pre-pandemic.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think the match quality around this time was starting to get really good. I mean, you just had AJ Styles hadn't been around for too long. Seth and all of the Shield were getting like proper face singles runs, and Kevin Owens was there, and there's a lot of people on the card that, yeah, I mean, look at this card in general. We'll get to it in a second, but there was a lot of,
you're right. We'll get to it in a second because before that we have to get to something extremely important.
What's that? Oh, hell yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah. Icebreakers, Ice Cube, Spearmint Gum. I've got to, properly ice break my mouth. That doesn't work. There's got to be some sort of brawn breaker, like it's spearmint. This should be the official. This should be Braun Breaker. This should be Braun Breaker's, gum. Maybe he needs an Ice Cube's Icebreakers.
He should have a
sponsorship,
inspired gear for sure.
Yeah, like spearmint, like icebreaker. It's right. It's all right there. Braun Breaker, WWE, Triple H, Paul Heyman. Hey, get Paul. Run that up the flagpole. Get some icebreakers, Ice Cube gum.
Oh yeah,
sponsorship.
our intro's got Paul Heyman in it. How could I have forgotten about that?
Yeah, remember we got that months and months and months ago. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah. So how about you got the Wikipedia page? Shout out to Wikipedia.
I got the Wikipedia page. Let me do the deets, and you've got your work cut out for you and on-screen personnel.
Yeah, I sure do. Holy shit, do I ever.
It's a long list. So we're going back to 2018, August 19th at the Barclays, or if you're American, the Barclays Center.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You guys pronounce it differently to we do.
Yes. Barclays.
In Brooklyn, New York. Me and you were in attendance for this event. We
were.
Yeah.
As were a lot of other people.
A lot of other people. In fact, 16,169. Nice.
Yes.
People
nice.
were in attendance. This is a little personal tidbit. This is my first ever WWE or any wrestling pay-per-view. First ever.
That's right. That
obviously being from the UK, the last opportunity I would have ever had to do that would have been 1992 at SummerSlam.
Yes,
so,
and you were like 5.
Yeah, I was something like that. Yeah, for around 4 or 5, and but yeah, since then I've attended 3 pay-per-views, which is crazy. So that's great.
No, I thought you went to. Didn't you go to Clash at the Castle?
Yeah, I went Clash at the Castle. I've been to SummerSlam this SummerSlam, Clash at the Castle, WrestleMania 40. And technically, I went to AEW All In.
Yes, that's what
I say technically.
I was going to say.
I said technically, like there was a technicality. I was there.
You were
it wasn't
there.
Like I wasn't there.
You were in attendance. You saw. You saw.
I was in attendance. I just don't know how present I really was.
No, but CM Punk. But wasn't that where the
I
big
got to
crash
see?
out
You know what's crazy? If you want anyone to return to the WWE, right? Just get me to go to an event, because I saw, or return or debut, because I saw AJ Styles' last ever match on the Independents before he returned. He came to the WWE, the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And I also saw CM Punk's last match in AEW before he returned to the WWE.
Yeah.
So I've got a pretty good track record of seeing people's last matches before they hit the WWE.
Also, we know for a fact, if you want to be a WWE champion, just be interviewed by us, because we interviewed Lyra Valkyria, and she became first inaugural women's Intercontinental champion.
That's right.
Everybody that we interviewed became champions. You interviewed Jade Cargill. DIY became champions.
Tag champs. I mean, Jade Cargill might actually become women's champion, but
right.
She was
also tag team champs.
Tag champions and Queen of the Ring. So.
Yep, and so was Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, Tiffany. Oh no, we didn't do Tiffany Stratton.
We didn't interview Tiffany. No, but we were in line for it, and it rubbed off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think you're right. I mean, trying to think who else. R-Truth didn't become a champion, but he had a hell of a summer.
That's true.
Sure.
That is very true. He had a championship match.
Yeah, hell shit. Dude, the last episode we did was in that week period where R-Truth had been released.
That's right.
The last time.
Oh, that's right.
And we were like going crazy about it the week after he returned or whatever it was.
Yeah, we didn't even get to talk. Yeah, we haven't gotten to talk about that. I think what we'll probably wind up needing to do is we'll do a John Cena heel turn retrospective, like after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's worth noting. It's a huge event. We've also, there's also a lot of other things to talk about.
Yeah, there's
whether
so
we
much
want to.
I think we might just need a general 2025 retrospect till August, but we can get to that. Anyway, we're going way off track.
We are off track. Where are we? Let's get back on track.
Barclay Center. Yeah, we were there. Just another little tidbit. This is the first SummerSlam. Speaking of John Cena, this is the first SummerSlam to not feature John Cena since 2003.
Damn.
So that's kind of crazy. How about you give us a mega list of on-screen personnel?
How about you know what? I've got a better idea. How about I give you the mega list of on-screen personnel?
That sounds a great idea. That's much better than mine.
Right. All right. We've got on the English commentators. On the English commentators? No. On the
Tators.
Commentators. The English commentators. We've got for the Raw. Oh, wait. I got to read it. I'll just read it as it runs. The English commentators. Michael Cole for the Raw matches. Corey Graves for Raw and SmackDown matches. Jonathan Coachman for Raw matches. Tom Phillips for SmackDown matches. Byron Saxton for SmackDown matches. Vic Joseph for 205 Live matches. Nigel McGuinness for 205 Live matches. Percy Watson for 205 matches. On the Spanish commentators, we got I'm going to just say on the Spanish commentators. It's just going to be the way I say it. On the Spanish commentators, we've got Carlos Cabrera, Marcelo Rodriguez, and Jerry Soto. The German commentators are Carlston Schaefer and Calvin Knee. The ring announcers, Greg Hamilton for the 205 Live and SmackDown matches, and JoJo for Raw matches. Referees Danilo Amphibio, Jason Ayers, Mike Chiodo, John Cohn, and Dan Engler, Derek Moore, Chad Patton, who still does not have a Wikipedia page, Charles Robinson, and Rod Zapata. Interviews by Renee Young and Charlie Caruso. Pre-show panel with Renee Young, Booker T, Sam Roberts, Dave Otunga, and Jerry Lawler. Glad I didn't watch the pre-show panel. Pre-show correspondents Peter Rosenberg and John Bradshaw Layfield. I forgot they were still doing things with Jerry Lawler at this point in time, too.
Yeah.
But David Otunga,
crazy.
man.
And
David Otunga,
David
remember
Otunga.
him?
And it shows you how long they've been working with Sam Roberts. Like, he's been...
dude.
He's been
Also,
doing
just
the shit with them for a while now.
Listening to Tom Phillips on commentary for frickin', one of the main brands of WWE at their second, like, basically the second biggest event of the year. Like, having Corey Graves,
he's now the
he's TNA
commentator for TNA.
Yeah, so I was just listening to him on commentary for TNA Slammiversary.
Yeah, sweet. There you go.
Which was fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen a lot about it. So
there's so much that's been going on that we have to catch up on.
Yeah, there's too much
shit. So anyway, there we go. That is our other on-screen personnel for the event.
So we got 3 pre-show matches, which obviously I remember being in attendance for one of them, but I don't. Here's the deal: I remember Andrade's entrance, and that's it. But we had Andrade versus Rusev, Andrade and Zelina Vega versus Lana and Rusev, which I don't remember at all.
Yeah, nope.
Then we got Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak for the Cruiserweight Championship, which I don't remember at all.
No, I don't.
But then I do remember B-Team versus the Revival.
Yes. So I think this was also
the B-Team's entrance
during the pre-show. I think was also during the time where blah 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 blah. Why can't I? I'm having a brain fart. Gonna cut this out. Let me see if I can. Who's the guy who? Why can't I think of his name? The dude that I went who was
David
in attendance.
Arquette?
David Arquette. Yes. This was during the pre-show. The pre-show. Try to cut that. Some probably won't even cut it at all. Not gonna. Yes, I think during the pre-show, I think was when I found that I noticed David Arquette was in attendance and went up to introduce him, be introduced to him, introduce myself to him, be introduced by myself to him. That's how we're going to go.
You did indeed introduce yourself to him.
I was introduced to him by myself as me. And I got him to throw up the Comedians of Wrestling double cow symbol, which he was just didn't ask any questions. Totally was just like, yeah, that's cool. Like, dude was so nice. And then like a year later, Dan Black was interviewing him on the podcast. So
there you go.
I don't take I'm not going to take direct credit for any of that, but I'm not going to say that
maybe a little bit.
But I'm not going to say that I wasn't, that was like day 3 of me being a member of the podcast, and I'm already like, rubbing shoulders with celebrities.
There you go. I
shout out to the Comedians Wrestling Podcast, everybody, and Nick Tulo, especially current and reigning and defending.
Who we still need to do something with. We were very close to doing something with him over
I know. I feel I feel so bad. We were supposed to do some episodes together. While you were away, we were going to do some interim episodes, and it just every time something came up, something happened, and it was just like, man, it's hard to do a Comedians of it's hard to do a Comedians of Wrestling podcast when you're not the Comedians of Wrestling. It's hard to do a Punks Talk Wrestling podcast episode without you. It was just very difficult. So we just wound up not doing it.
It's a tricky thing, but I I was actually on Facebook the other day, and I did see someone dropped a something into the Comedians of Wrestling group page.
Oh yeah,
and they were like, I don't know who it was, but they were like, "What happened to this podcast, man? Like, I miss it. I've been trying to find something to replace it since." So I think we should probably duck our heads in there and just shamelessly plug ourselves.
We 100% should. I'll look that up, and I will do that shameless plug.
Yeah. Oh, also, before we get onto the card here, I was celebrating my engagement the other day. We had an engagement party with some
Yes,
family
you
and
were.
friends.
Congratulations
Lovely
once again.
day. Thank you very much. But I got chatting to Heather's brother, Adam, and he lives in Bristol, which is about 3 hours from London. And he was like talking to me about my podcast. I mean, have you done it lately? And I was like, no, we know the reasons. And he was like, what is the name of your podcast, Punks Talk Wrestling, right? I was like, yeah. And he said, I've got a friend that listens to your podcast.
No shit. Oh, that's awesome.
So a friend of his is into wrestling, and they just got talking about podcasts, and turns out a friend of his listens to our podcast.
Well, shout out to
thank you, friend who listens to the podcast. I don't know their name.
Shout out to your fiance's brother's friend.
Yeah.
Make yourselves known in the comment section of any of the things, and then we can shout you out properly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've still got a presence. I get asked by Anthony Porter every so often. He's like, "Are you guys?" And Al from 2K Games. Shout out to Al 2K. It's been a while since I got to shout out Al at 2K.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good, but it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Our plan is to be back. I'll be home for the next few months. I don't leave again for another tour until sometime in November. So
Sweet.
This will give and the goal is, the goal is to do what the original goal was before, and that is while we're away to have other episodes recorded in advance that will fill the gap.
Yeah.
Of, not timely.
We'll do our best to do that. We'll figure all that out.
We'll figure it all out.
But let's get into the card here. So
let's get into it.
First match of the actual card was Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose in his corner versus Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre in his corner for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, before we get to that though.
Yeah.
Before we get to that match, I just wanted to do, because I don't think I ever watched, as I was watching this, I don't think I ever actually rewatched it since we were there. And I
feel like didn't we like after we got back to Philly or got to Philly a few days later, I think we put it on.
Maybe
on
we
TV.
did. But I don't
feel
remember.
Like we did, but then I also feel like we may have both fallen asleep.
I just don't remember. I didn't remember the Terry Crews intro, but it was a cool Terry Crews intro.
Yeah, I did see that in my research earlier. I completely forgot that was a thing.
Which we had Adriana and I had just started rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which also makes sense why there was a connection, because it was in Brooklyn and that show was still going on at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So back to the first match. The first match, which was one of the longest matches of the night.
Yeah, third longest match of the night.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this in recollection, and you're going to do this on you've just watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember this being one of the better matches of the night.
Yeah.
And I do remember, I think, because Seth and Dolph had maybe the event before this. I'm not too sure, but there was an event. Dolph and Seth had a Iron Man match, half an hour Iron Man match, if you remember, and the crowd were being like dumb, and they were counting the clock every time it counted down to 10. Do you remember that? Here we go. Actually, it was I knew it. It was the pay-per-view right before this one, and the main event was Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins in a 30-minute Iron Man match.
Okay. They were counting,
and during that, so every 10-second countdown to the next minute, the crowd kept chanting.
They were counting. That's wild. I don't recall that, but probably because I blocked it out of my memory, because that's dumb.
Yeah. So And then I remember after the match, both Dolph and Seth were pretty pissed off. So much so that they even spoke about it online on Twitter at the time and complained because it was like it took away from the match because the match was really good. And the crowd was just being... This is one of those moments where the crowd was really just being dumb.
Yeah. Dude, pay attention to the actual match, not the clock.
Yeah. So where are we in that? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That's where Extreme Rules was. So blame that crowd.
Well, yeah. Okay, that happened. I mean, it did. It did happen. Now that you mention it, it's starting to ring a bell because I remember that. My
actual point is, I'm glad that they had a second run through of this match, and it ended up being a good match that the crowd were invested in and watched. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. And we get after 22 minutes exactly. We get a new Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, Seth Rollins.
With Dean Ambrose. And I have a note.
You got any notes in this match?
I have a note. I have a note. My first note says, I don't want to be mad at Dean Ambrose anymore. that was the note. Now, to be fair, I started watching this pay-per-view very late at night and quite into the Leaf. So I was probably... I'm not exactly sure what that meant to me, but I think it probably has to do with because we've been critical of. Oh, I know what I know what I was thinking at that time. I was tired of just being critical of things, and there was so much. I think there was a lot of negativity for other reasons going on in the IWC. And it was really, really draining. And I know we definitely we've poked fun at him several times. And I was very critical of his decision to leave instead of embracing the gas mask gimmick that would have been so amazing. But I think I'm just not going to be mad about it anymore. And just,
It's fair. I think with me, with Ambrose or Moxley, whatever you want to call them, like, I believe that now at this point, after now CM Punk's back, that I don't think there's any other bigger return that you could have in the wrestling industry right now than Dean Ambrose returning to the WWE.
I think you're right, and I think it's definitely
it would be the biggest return, and that's probably whether it will happen or not. I literally have no idea.
It will. It's going to happen, and I think this is really what it's going to happen. None of us can say for sure, definitely, but let's just roll with the very real possibility that it could always happen. Like,
yeah,
the Shield was so over. We know it's still over when his music hit at WrestleMania 40, when the Shield music hit, and
oh yeah,
there is still untold stories to be with them that they could do, and I don't want to be mad about it when he does come back.
Right, exactly.
I want to be able to be excited.
I'm very critical of his. I mean, like I try, but when I see him doing spots where he's getting a fork jammed into his head and like literally pissing blood,
and I think that's
I'm a bit skeptical of that.
And I guess what I'm. Yeah, I think what is critical, why we're critical, you and I think on the same as this, is that I just know he can do more than that. So why do you like?
He doesn't need that to get over. He doesn't need to like bludgeon his buddy.
Yeah, and I just don't. And I'll never. I understand why spots work for certain things. I just don't understand why you need to take it that far all the time. It's the same reason why I never got in being quote unquote from Philly, I was never that invested in ECW for the same reason, because it just seems unnecessary, and I don't. So whatever, but you know what?
Even like ECW took it one level, obviously, but I feel like AEW takes it just that step too far. The thing is, you know what it is as well. Like a lot of these more extreme wrestling, hardcore not hardcore, death matches, are very graphic. But a lot of the time, they're filmed on terrible cameras.
That's the other thing.
The thing is,
too.
AEW are filming them in like high definition. So when someone gets jammed in the head with a fork, and I can literally see the spout of blood coming out of their head, it's just a bit too much. It's a bit too graphic.
I think it's just the target market and what has always been a little weird.
It's what they're aiming for.
If you're going, I wasn't planning on it going this, but this is just how I view it. And it's like, if you're going to put yourself out there, and if you're going to try to appeal to a broader audience, you have to have content that will appeal to a broader audience. If you're showing content that appeals to a specific section of an already existing fan base, then just be that, and that's okay. Like I don't have a problem with GCW. I don't have a problem with any of the extreme wrestling organizations. They are who they are. They know who they are. It's always been it's always just been this. If you want to attract new people and a wider audience and people who don't watch wrestling regularly, this isn't going to do it. And you just have to look at the reality of it. Like it's just honest and true. If you're marketing, if you're going to market yourselves to an already existing fan base, that's fine. It's totally fine, but it's finite. You know, that's why it's why WWE does the things. You know, we'll get to it because we're going to talk about that when we get to our predictions. But like the complaints about things with like Jelly Roll being involved in SummerSlam and yada yada. It's like, dude, he brings a lot of eyes on it. That's the point.
That's the point.
It is. Yeah. It's a spectacle. It's making it, and they've been doing it since forever, literally. So like, why stop? Like that's what I don't get. I'll never agree. I'll never understand that.
Literally going back to WrestleMania 1, they've been doing it. It's not like it's a new thing.
They've had this whole time, and you can't tell me that Mr. T had all that great amount of training and like. You know, like these guys have so much more training than you realize, and like Jelly Roll was involved in a WWE thing like over a year ago when he just performed or whatever. Like he was there. You know, they've been working on this. You saw how much weight he lost. He's clearly was getting himself in some form of better, in much better shape. He's been training. Like they've said he was at the Performance Center training. Like
they've been saying it for months. Yeah.
Like this dude is doing it. Like and
on a very related note, before we move on to the next match, Travis Scott. It seems like things have soured with his relationship with the WWE because. So I don't know if you know, but he was meant to be the surprise celebrity. Down DLC on an upcoming DLC for WWE 2K.
Yeah, and
he got removed.
And this is actually something that we could probably find out. We could probably find this out. I don't know if we would be privy to, or at least the information, because what I heard conflicting things. One of the things that I heard was that there was a conflict with 2K. Not with WWE, but it was an issue of the royalties and the likeness rights.
Right.
That doesn't have to do with WWE. That had to do with 2K it had to do with the likeness rights for the game. It didn't necessarily have to do with souring and WWE. Now, unless there's other information that says otherwise.
From what I'm also seeing is that obviously the last time we saw him was WrestleMania, and there was a lot of plans for him this year going into SummerSlam, and SummerSlam would have been the payoff for all of that, which would have made a lot of sense. But apparently he's been a nightmare to work with, and he can't seem to commit to anything, such as training at the Performance Center and things like that. I'm sure, obviously, it was going to lead to some form of match, and also with him not being able to be too reliable, I guess. I think when he came to his entrance at WrestleMania, it took like way too long. I think he seems to be going off script too much, that they just don't trust him in that live setting.
Or,
So also like he smacked the crap out of. I know you're going to say, or it's a work. I really, really hope it's not, because as you know, I'm really looking forward to this Jelly Roll match, and I actually am a big fan of celebrity involvement within the WWE.
I am too.
I will say, though, anything that has involved Travis Scott, apart from maybe the John Cena heel turn, I kind of enjoyed. Any of his involvement has been, it's not been smooth, and it's been really jagged.
It's not been up to par with what other celebrities involved.
Yeah, and I feel like, it's like you can tell when something just feels awkward, and anytime, like even when John Cena's heel turn, there were moments where he was just clearly going into business for himself in a way, and it was taking away from what should have been, and not took away. I mean, the moment itself was amazing, but I feel like if the guy's not going to cooperate, I don't think.
So I don't know if
you've
seen
part of that.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw. Now I've only seen a couple of clips so far. I have not seen the episodes, but there was a clip of basically Cody Rhodes talking to him or something, and essentially just being like, "No, that was great," like, sounding like everything went exactly how they wanted it to, other than they may have. I have heard them say something about, it took too long to get to the ring. I think he even made some comment about it. I really think it's a word. I really think that's just part of it.
For me, that's I think for me that's personal preference, but I think what the issue comes to is since WrestleMania is that I think they invested in some time for him to have their match and lead to something at SummerSlam, and it's just not happened because he's not committing. And I think that's the bit generally what's coming out is that his commitment isn't there.
Yeah, but who's it coming out by? And I honestly, there's a whole other way we can spin. I'll spin it the exact opposite way and say this is it is something that people have been critical of since WrestleMania. I mean, they were a little critical of him, and even before that. I mean, we didn't know what they had planned. I don't know what, we still don't know the payoff of Triple H giving him that weird hardcore universal title thing, which still hasn't come into play. There's so many dangling threads here, and
there's a lot of dangling. I think I just believe that because we're now at now obviously SummerSlam's being treated like a WrestleMania. It's a 2-day event.
Yeah,
and I think
some
to
people
not
have
a payoff. To not have a payoff at all, like literally the last time we saw Travis Scott was the main event of WrestleMania, and his name hasn't even been mentioned since then. It's almost like that makes me think that they have just kind of scrapped that completely, because to not even bring his name up,
or they just put it on the burner, like they've just not brought it up because we're. To the point, maybe his schedule is in conflict, and maybe he hasn't been able to do the things that they required him to do in order to get the storyline to where they wanted here now. So they just dropped it and let the internet go wild and speculate and talk about all this stuff and make things up. And maybe they can, if it wasn't a planned work, I think they're going to make a way. They're going to turn it into a work because they can. That they can. They can find a way around it.
I think it would be easy because at this point Travis Scott has go away heat. I don't think people want to see him, so I think you can easily get him involved by just getting him involved.
Exactly.
You've literally got to put no work in.
He can pop up at any moment.
But at the same time, do you want that for someone? Like, if he's got go away heat, I don't think that's good heat. I think that's
but you know what? As we've seen with there's a lot of things that can change. I mean, people were giving Charlotte Flair go away heat for like most of her career. I
get. I think for the active wrestler, it's changeable, but I think for a part-time celebrity, it's very different. I think there's certain celebrities that people don't mind getting involved, and there's some that they do.
But also, you know what? It's also not unheard of for things to just get dropped and never talked about again. And if that happens with him, that's totally fine. Doesn't really matter, because next up is the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods with Kofi Kingston versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. We just needed to brutally get back in that. First of all, God, I love the Bludgeon Brothers so much.
The Bludgeon Brothers are great. I freaking love them so much.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I mean, no one ever really talks about that stage of their like career or their time together, but I loved it.
Yeah. It was short-lived, because this was during Bray Wyatt, when Bray was out.
Bray had
health issues.
First time. Well, no, I think he had just finished with he had done his stuff with Matt Hardy.
The Deleter of Worlds stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he just took some time off, and I think it was sometime in the new year, just after WrestleMania, the year after, is when they started to run the Firefly Funhouse stuff. Because he returned as the Fiend at the SummerSlam the year after. That's
right. This is pre-Fiend.
Yeah, so at this point, like the Bludgeon Brothers were just on their own run, and no Bray Wyatt in sight. Obviously, Bray was on Raw anyway.
And Braun was because also Braun was split up, because he was
and Braun was split from the two. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was they were all separate at this point. But yeah, I fucking loved that tag team, and hell, this is big. This is the New Day at their best as well, with Big E.
Yeah, and they were only like
still miss that guy.
I know, I really do. I mean, yeah. There's a lot of things to miss about this era.
Yeah.
The New Day were only like 4-time champs at that point.
Wow, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, which now they're like, at this point they're like 10 or 11-time.
Yeah,
champs.
Yeah. I don't even know how many times.
But yeah, it was. Overall, I mean, it was just a great tag team match. You know, you can't have a bad match with the New Day. You really can't.
No. No, and obviously this ended. I do remember this with the one of the Bludgeon Brothers basically getting their mallets involved and losing by disqualification.
Right. Yes. But yeah. So they did not win. Yeah. They didn't win the championships.
Yeah.
But I believe they went on to beat them later. Yeah, they got a rematch in a no DQ match. And it was Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, and that's when they defeated to become 3-time tag team champion. They were only 3-time SmackDown tag team champions. So they had held the Raw tag team championships twice, and now yeah, I think that's how that went down.
Right. Where are we?
After that we
next
had
match.
Yeah.
What?
This was it was a squash match, which is uncommon for a Kevin Owens match.
Yeah, and also things you know what, you don't get squash matches anymore.
Not really. We haven't had them since.
You never really get that anymore. Yeah.
No, because everyone's so good. I think the last squash match we really had
the only
was
way
like
you get
Bronson Reed's, like when Bronson Reed first started, he did a few 2-on-1 jobber matches, I think.
Yeah, and when Rusev came back, he was he kind of squashed Akira Tozawa and stuff like that. Like, I guess it's needed at times, but yeah, this is a kind of a bit of an alien one here with Kevin Owens, because
this was Braun Strowman was the Money in the Bank contract holder, and somehow they got into a match with Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank contract. So if KO had won, he would have won the Money in the Bank. But a minute and 50 seconds from the bell, it was just a Braun Strowman just squashed him. I don't know what was going on at the time, but it was Kevin Owens, and maybe it was this was still Vince era stuff.
Yeah, so things kind of don't make too much linear sense. The month before this was Extreme Rules, and they faced each other in a cage match, and in that match is when, if you remember, they were both at the top of the cage, and Braun threw Kevin Owens from the cage to the commentators table.
Oh right. Oh shit. Yeah.
Which caused Kevin Owens to win the match, but
right. But at what cost?
He didn't look like a winner. Yeah, exactly. So, I guess maybe that led to, I can't really remember, that led to the Money in the Bank match. But
here's also another good example of why you don't have 13 matches in one day. Like,
exactly.
Because
and that's the crazy thing. So this year's SummerSlam is 12 matches, but it's split over 2 days.
Over 2 days.
Every match can be given its time.
Yeah.
And there's on the main card at least, there's 3 matches that suffered from the time constraints.
Oh,
4 matches actually.
Oh god, yeah. I mean,
which we'll get to.
Well,
but,
so one of the matches just suffered because of who was in it.
Well, yeah, fair. I mean, it was just. But yeah, that was a byproduct of that time, and when WrestleManias were going on for 6 hours, and you'd have like 16 matches, and you'd have fucking people. There'd be like 3 squash matches in a night, and like this is WrestleMania. It's meant to be a big payoff for storylines, and they're just ending in minutes. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're out of that stage now, which is good. But yeah, not the last time we'll see Braun Strowman tonight, so we'll get to that later.
No, not at all. But before that, we've got probably the biggest. I would say one of the second biggest thing of the night, for sure. Probably,
I'd say the biggest thing of the night.
I would think probably big. Yeah, honestly, the biggest because even at the end, we get this was supposed to be just Becky Lynch versus Carmella for the title, and then Charlotte Flair comes back and she just puts herself in there, and it's a triple threat match and steals the win from Becky, and then we get Becky Lynch heel turn, where she just beats the shit out of Charlotte at the end of it, and fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, what a moment, and it was so cool to be in the arena for that, and for me especially because obviously that's it's a big moment in Becky Lynch's career, and it's a big moment in general. It's a big heel turn.
Yeah,
and I'd never been in attendance for a big moment like that. And
that is one of the reactions.
See that was cool.
That's one of the reactions. You're still, and I'm partially in view, but you're mostly in view. That reaction shot has been immortalized in a lot of WWE promo
it
stuff.
Has, yeah.
Like I've seen it pop up, especially in SummerSlam, SummerSlam reviews. Yeah, we are prominent from our position, from our seating position. We got good seats for that.
The month. I'm pretty sure. What was the next pay-per-view here? No, they didn't face it. But basically, whenever Charlotte faced Becky the next time round, oh no, I've looked the wrong way. That's why. Shit. Here we go. SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell. What was the name? It was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. If you go watch that match, and you got the pre-match promo, the video package. We're in that.
Yep.
And that was the first time I saw it, but I've seen it so many times. Like if I did have a mental list of the video packages that I was in, but I've forgotten now. But I kept seeing it pop up, and that's like me. So that was my reaction to Becky Lynch turning heel.
Yeah.
But it's now being used for me reacting to God knows fucking what at this point.
It's anything where they need a good reaction. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm probably shocked reaction number 13.
Yep.
On a big list of shocked reactions.
You're in the file. It's in the file in their whatever it's called. You should know this.
I'm in the database somewhere.
Yeah. You should know this with all your video work you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, 15.
That was a great moment. It was good to be there in person for that.
Yeah.
And,
15 minutes and 15 seconds. We've got a new SmackDown Women's Champion with Charlotte Flair, and we've got a new heel with Becky Lynch.
Yep.
Also, props to Carmella. She has always been fantastic. She's just been. She was always amazing. I would love to see her return at some point, like even in a cameo return, like in the Women's Rumble or something.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. I mean, she's actually a couple of weeks ago announced she's pregnant again, so that's great.
Okay, well then it won't.
And that's really good. That's really good because she sadly had a miscarriage a few years ago. She's since then had a child.
That's right.
So now she's having a second child. So that's with Corey Graves. So I'm glad that's all worked out. So she's definitely experiencing motherhood right now. So
yeah.
More power to her.
Yeah, and
next up we had Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, which is like a TNA championship match. Like, both of those guys. It's how many times have they actually faced each other? But this was the first time that they ever faced each other one-on-one in the WWE.
In the WWE, yeah.
Yeah,
and the big thing I remember, about this lead up to this match was Samoa Joe's memeable Wendy thing.
Oh yeah,
that he would do towards AJ Styles' wife.
Yes. It was a really it was some real drama. Like also just this was at the end of Vince's tenure as well, and this was definitely a weird old, like, this is the creepy stalkery, like, I'm gonna put you out, and like I'll be, don't worry, Wendy, I'll be daddy now that AJ's gonna be, I guess he wanted to cripple him or he'll be dead. Like, I'll be, it was that whole, like, I'll be your daddy now. Like,
yeah.
Can't Samoa Joe just want to fight him for the championship because he's the champion? Like, I don't remember how they got to this, but it probably wasn't great. It was probably a little forced. Could have done without that part of it, but it certainly was memeable, which means it was memorable, and we're still talking about it.
We're still talking about it, but that's the case for a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of things that Vince came up with are probably quite memeable. It doesn't mean they're good. It just means that they were.
But it was 22 minutes and 45 seconds, and it was a great match. It unfortunately ended in a disqualifications. But I guess, they needed to keep the title on
which would be
AJ.
the second match of the night, stopping in a disqualification.
Yeah. Second, not just that, second title match.
Yeah, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think these guys then went on to face each other in. What are they? They went into Hell in a Cell, I'm sure. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. Oh,
that's right. This is why it was a DQ because he did the whole I'll be your daddy, and that made AJ flip out and hit him with a chair. They had AJ.
But they faced each other the month. Yeah, Hell in a Cell, but not inside Hell in a Cell.
No, just at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Yeah, but with how personal you got, it would have been a good match to be in a Hell in a Cell. But hey, here we are.
Yeah, it could have been.
Then we had
this. I forgot this match happened at SummerSlam too. Like the culmination of the whole Daniel Bryan got injured. The Miz plays it safe, and the Miz had his like breakdown on talking smack. Like, you know, he crashed. The Miz being the original crash out guy.
Yeah.
This was probably some of the precursors to the breaking fourth wall, you know, breaking the kayfabe again kind of thing, where, you know, this was, you know, I've been here for 20 years or whatever it was. I've been here for 12 years or however it was. Whatever the number was that he said. And that whole, you know, his whole, which I wrote in my notes, the Miz was kind of right though, because the whole thing was like Daniel Bryan was giving the Miz shit for wrestling safe, and the Miz was like, yeah, you dumbass, you're the one who's unable to wrestle because you injured yourself from doing shit that you know. And then I realized he was only out for 2 years. He was only out for 2 years for this thing, but then he came back and then he was out again.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And that's why it was like, that's why they kept him out, basically, like they wouldn't let him come back cuz you know. And yeah, the Miz was right, and the Miz deserved to beat Daniel Bryan in 23 minutes and 30 seconds via pinfall.
Yeah, so Maurice was at ringside with like a stroller, right? And inside there she had what we thought was a baby, but actually was brass knuckles.
I didn't see. I mean, I didn't see. The referee didn't see anything, and therefore it didn't happen.
That's right. Therefore, it didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah. The records will show that the Miz defeated Daniel Bryan via pinfall. And you know, and he deserved it.
Yeah.
He deserved it. Miz deserved to win.
Yeah, I do remember that being a really good match.
It was a great match. It was a great match. Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan and Miz always had good chemistry, so that doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we got another squash match, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might have thought that 1 minute and 50 seconds might be the shortest match of the night, but you'd be wrong. You'd be wrong, because somehow we've got the Demon Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin, and in 1 minute and 35 seconds, we no longer had that match. Because
that's crazy, isn't it?
The Demon Finn Balor. I mean,
so we weren't meant to get the Demon Finn Balor. Obviously, it was meant to be. It was meant to be just Finn Balor, and then he was surprised. It was just a little surprise for the live crowd.
Yeah, and I guess
to be the Demon.
And I guess because they only had 1 minute and 35 seconds for the match, they're like, "Come out as the Demon. It'll scare him. He won't be prepared." And then you can, you know, that whole thing of you're never prepared for the alter ego of the person that you know has an alter ego.
yeah, exactly. So, that wasn't one of the. I mean, that the only time that worked was for when Mankind turned into Cactus Jack.
Yes,
that was executed well.
That is the classic reveal of the alter ego that shocked.
But that wasn't leading into a match. That literally caught Triple H off guard, and he got beaten the crap out of Cactus Jack. But
it was literally leading to it was literally to their.
Oh no!
It was to their match.
As in, like, when he turned into Cactus Jack.
He turned into Cactus Jack before the match.
Yeah.
Because Mankind is not ready. One thing Mankind is not is ready to face you in the Royal Rumble in a street fight.
Right.
But
exactly.
But I know a guy who is, and I think you know him.
What a great freaking moment.
That promo was that Mick Foley, you know, the Mankind revealing Cactus Jack promo, and I mean they say it. He's said it several times. Like, Triple H's response is what sold that, because if Triple H would have just laughed it off, it would have failed. But like Triple H's pure terror
terrified
in his eyes was.
There was something recently that happened that reminded me of. It was R-Truth. It was when R-Truth cut his hair off on Raw. That reminded me of that moment, because it was like, just by doing that, he kind of basically took his Mankind mask off.
He transformed.
And became Ron Killings.
Yeah, he transformed into something different. Yeah.
Yeah, and really gave me those vibes, and it gave me, it gave me goosebumps. It was really well done. I really liked that.
Shout out to R-Truth. Shout out to R-Truth, our very first interview ever.
Yeah, you're right. It was.
Yeah.
Very short-lived, that one. That was when everything was a bit more ad hoc.
Right,
but
and we didn't have any idea what we were doing.
Yeah, we didn't have any idea what you were doing the whole fucking time.
Yes.
But we did a damn good job of it.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? People left happy. They saw the demon Finn Balor. He did his thing.
That's right.
He did the funny.
Next
funny
up,
walk.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy for the United States Championship.
Yeah.
11-minute match. I do remember this match for the Jeff Hardy doing the fucking insane swanton bomb on the apron of the ring.
Yes, that's the
he's insane.
That's the note that I have.
Yeah. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah. This was also the weird, like, Nakamura's technically a heel, and like he's doing heelish things outside of the match, but like during the match and pretty much like his entire entrance was still his normal face entrance. This was the weird, like, he's a heel, but he's not really acting like a heel. He's just fighting.
Yeah, they didn't change anything about his presentation. They just kind of like.
Yeah, we're just gonna make you fight.
It's kind of weird.
Good guys, and now you're a bad guy.
Yeah, that was kind of executed not too well. Unlike his recent heel run, where music's changed, his attire's changed, his entrance attire's changed, everything's changed.
Yeah, his
whole presence.
Paint.
Yeah,
like, yeah, you've got it. Yeah, and that I love. You know,
if you're gonna turn someone, you got to fucking turn them, man.
You've got to change. You've got to change the entire presentation.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and there you go. But there's not a whole lot else to talk about in that match. I mean, it's 2018 Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. He got beat for some heelish things. Yeah.
And I guess there isn't too much to talk about in the next match either, because it's Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, this
Raw
was
Women's Championship. This is Ronda Rousey's first title win.
Yes, it was. This is notable because she became the first woman to hold a UFC championship and then become a WWE champion. So I mean, yay! Right. Good for her. It was.
Yeah.
I'm just, that whole, and hey, it led up to Becky Lynch defeating her. Winning both belts at WrestleMania the next year. So that was great, but. I was just, the entire time, I was just so underwhelmed by her performance. Like, I understand it was probably really good for other reasons. There was a whole thing with her, like, her and the Bellas were like something weird. Like, I guess, because they came out at the end and like were cheering with her, and I don't know. I don't know. None of it ever felt genuine. Like, Ronda Rousey always just felt like...
She never felt like she was really properly happy to be there.
No. She always felt like... She always looked like and acted like... Came off like she felt better than everyone else because she was a real fighter kind of thing.
Right, yeah. And I just like... Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, something about, she always felt a bit self-entitled, and also I don't feel like she ever really picked up wrestling, honestly.
Yeah.
More from the psychological kind of aspect, as in like, I don't think she knew how to work a crowd too well. I don't think she knew how to
no, she certainly
work
doesn't.
A match that well either. Sometimes it just didn't work. It just did not work.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, yeah, you can tell. I mean, you can tell because, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was just never happy. I mean, I'm glad Alexa Bliss was the one that cashed in. Her cash in was great. The cash in during Ronda and Nia match was cool. It makes sense that she lost. They were they wanted to put the belt on her to make a statement. And
yeah.
It just nothing about it was ever enticing. with her run. So it was what it was. Other people might have a different opinion about it, but nah. Then we got the main event. We've got the 13th match of the night. The Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar with Brock Lesnar as the champion with Paul Heyman. This is big dog Roman Reigns. We were still in the big dog.
Reigns. And big dog struggling to get the crowd to like him, Roman Reigns.
Yeah. They barely cheered when he won this match.
Yeah. And it's so funny to watch. This is one match I did watch because I came up earlier, so I did watch this match. It's funny watching,
and it's short.
It's short. It's funny watching a match like this now, knowing where Roman Reigns is now in his career. Like, he is a fucking superstar.
Yeah.
Like, not only just in wrestling, he is a superstar.
Yeah.
Like, he's just and he's turning into a household name, and
they wrote an article in Forbes about him, or in
that's right,
Forbes and Vanity Fair, and like he's lounging on the beach in like freaking in freaking capris, dudes,
he's huge, and like it's crazy to watch this where he came from and how different he looks and how differently he carries himself. Like, it's almost like, underneath the character there, that's a man that's so unsure of himself.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been given this position, and he's like, and even he knows he's not ready for it. Do you know what I mean?
He knows they're just not buying it, They're just
and now he's carrying himself like he knows he's the shit.
Well, yeah.
And he knows that everyone else thinks it.
And he proved it became undeniable.
Exactly.
But this was a really rough time. I mean, dude got booed out of the he got the Rock booed out of. Now, it was Philly, granted, but like, he got the Rock booed out of an arena because of how much they hated, and it wasn't him. It was just that they hated how he was pushed and when the fans just didn't want it.
Yeah. And it's just like, I mean, he what was I going to say? Sorry. Also, I was looking forward to this match at the time, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I think, I'd put Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar up there as one of the best rivalries post 2010 for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's
yes.
It's one of those of the ages kind of thing. You'll look back on time.
There's so many. There's so many.
Reigns is synonymous with Brock Lesnar and vice versa.
Yeah.
And
however you want to feel about things that he may or may not have been involved with outside of the ring, you are more than anyone is. You can feel you are entitled to feel that, but the in-ring rivalry,
the in-ring performer of Brock Lesnar, I think. That stuff doesn't touch that to me. Like, I've still gone back and watched Brock Lesnar matches, and he has great matches. And unfortunately, of all the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar matches there have been, this is unfortunately the worst.
This is probably one of,
and not to say it was bad, but it was so short.
It was short, and there was that sloppiness with Braun Strowman coming out too, and the Money in the Bank thing
exactly.
They wasted time. He wasted a lot of time talking when he didn't need to say as much stuff.
And I think this segment must have been, the whole segment itself must have taken up about half an hour of TV time with the video package, then Braun coming out and everything. I feel like you could have had a much longer match if you had just had Braun Strowman come out the night after on Raw and be like, I challenge the winner.
He had to go out of his...
Which is what he did. He faced Roman in a Hell in a Cell the month after. That was him cashing in his Money in the Bank. Like, that could have been done the night after.
Well, the fact that he came out he came out before the match, had a whole spiel. Like, I don't know why they made him reiterate what the Money in the Bank means. We all know.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I'm not gonna be, a coward and come up from behind. I'm just gonna wait here till the end of the match. Like you thought he was going to come out and be like, I'm making it a triple threat right now. But he's like, I'm not going to be a coward and hit you from behind. I'm just going to be a coward and stand outside the match the whole night. And then the winner I'm going to face once you're weak. I'm like, that still seems kind of weak. You're still just waiting for them to beat each other up.
It was just executed so weird.
It took
the wind out of your sails because, like, you know, you hear Braun's. I mean, me especially. I was a massive Braun fan at the time, and when his music hit right before the match, I was like, shit, it's gonna make it a triple threat. Like,
yeah, and then it wasn't,
and then it just wasn't, and then the ending was so confusing because being there live anyway, like, I didn't really know what happened. I knew he tried to cash in kind of, but then he didn't.
Yeah, and
then I wasn't sure if he had, so I was just like, it was all kind of a bit of a jumbly mess. So I'm glad this wasn't the last time Reigns and Lesnar met. Obviously, they met a few years later at maybe I think WrestleMania 38 in the main event.
Yep.
And obviously they had their epic at SummerSlam a few years ago where the fucking tractor lifted the ring up and it was
that was so
chaos.
That was amazing.
What a great match. That's my favorite match of that year by far.
Yeah.
But yeah. What are we giving? 2018 SummerSlam.
2018
out of 20.
Out of a 20, yeah. Overall, man, you know, it certainly wasn't the best.
It wasn't the best.
And even being there in person, there's no bias to that. I'm gonna put this pretty low. I mean, I'm gonna put this at, I think, a 13.
Yeah, that's that's the number I was thinking.
You know,
too.
yeah,
so,
like
yeah, I'd give it a 13.
It's above average, but like most of it.
Yeah, it's not terrible. We've definitely watched much fucking worse.
Yeah,
pay-per-views on this podcast.
It just feels like for most of it, most of it didn't really mean much.
Right.
You know, it didn't.
Yeah.
It barely like finished any angles.
Yeah.
But, you know, it started Becky's heel turn. It started Ronda Rousey's championship run. It 13. We're going to give it a 13.
Yep, 13's good. 13's good.
Yeah. So other than that, I think the only thing we need to do is do some predictions for this year's SummerSlam.
All right, predictions. SummerSlam 2025 this year. And we also have our night breakdown now, which is good. 6 matches a night.
Yes, we do. All right. Let's see. Where is?
Gotta say, there's some banging fucking matches this year. I'm really looking forward to this pay-per-view. PLE, actually.
Where is? Let me try to find. Where can I find it? What's the night one versus? Where's the list? Let me see. Do we have the list? Oh, you know what? Wikipedia has the list.
Yeah, that's right. Where else are you going to get your damn list?
That's true. Sometimes they don't have. Sometimes it's not always updated with everything yet. But I guess.
Right.
I guess
it
is.
It's updated.
It's updated, but it's not in order. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know what the order of the matches are because it's certainly not in this order.
Yeah, it's not in this order. Yeah, we won't know the order until the night, I guess. But...
No, I'm expecting. For night one, I'm expecting either Gunther versus CM Punk to headline because it's, or Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill because they're the championship matches.
Yeah. Or Reigns Uso versus Braun Breaker and.
But
Reed probably be.
Yeah, but that's. No, I don't think that would.
That could open the night up. Then they could open the night.
That could open up. Yeah, we could open up with Roman Reigns.
But let's go in the order of which it's listed here.
Yeah. All right. So
Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the women's championship. Who you got?
Jade Cargill. I'm gonna go with Jade. I think they're. Yeah. I think they want to put the strap on her now, and I think Tiffany. I think having her chase again might be better for her.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I have a feeling unless there's some sort of shenanigans, but Naomi's on Raw, so Naomi's done. Essentially, Naomi's done with Jade and Bianca.
Naomi's not going to get involved in this. She's obviously got her own shit going on Raw now.
So I don't think she's going to bother. It's definitely not going to bother with that. So and there's nobody else.
Yeah, and unless Bianca Belair gets involved in some way, then Jade Cargill is winning this match.
Yeah, if we want to get to Jade versus Bianca because they want to see him fight, that we're going to have Bianca accidentally cost Jade the match. But no, yeah. I think they're going to put the belt on. I think they're just going to put the belt on Jade.
Honestly,
and
I'd
with
give
it for a little
Jade,
bit,
and then you could have Jade have a great run all the way to WrestleMania next year, and then that's where you could finally have Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair for the women's championship, possibly.
Yeah, and I mean, not that it, not looking at it as a demotion, but I could certainly see Tiffany Stratton also getting into the women's U.S. title picture at that point too.
And I think she just I could see her slipping back into a heel again. I think she works well as a heel.
Yeah, and not just the heel, but just sort of the
chaser.
And the sort of the arrogance, the just being a little pill, I'm going with Jade.
Yeah, I go with Jade too. All right, we have Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Assuming Drew McIntyre makes it out of the UK and back to the States, because he is very, very real, very really stuck with some issues. I don't know what they.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's legitimately stuck in the UK. He can't, because of some sort of visa, passport, whatever BS stuff.
Oh, right. I had no idea about that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's as far as I know today, he's still stuck there.
Yeah. I literally just looked it up. Okay, interesting.
But if they need to find I think Randy Orton and Jelly Roll are going to win regardless. I think this is going to be one of those feel good, the good guys win. Probably because Drew and Logan just can't stay on the same page, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be some issue, but I think Jelly Roll's getting the pin on Logan Paul here.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the logical way to go.
Yeah, RKO by Orton.
An RKO. Yeah, I could even see RKO, Randy Orton just RKO and Jelly Roll after the match because it's Randy Orton.
Just RKO everybody after the match.
Yeah, just for fun. But I think I've loved everything about this run up. I think everything's being executed so well. I think it's great to see them on Jimmy Kimmel, fucking great.
Oh yeah.
It's just been so well executed.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really looking forward to that.
The
match.
eyes they're putting on it. Again, this is why you have someone like him. He guest hosts a late night talk show, and they turned it into an entire bit.
A whole segment.
Yeah.
Right there on Jimmy Kimmel, which is amazing.
Yeah, and if you don't like Jelly Roll, then you don't have to like him, but you can't.
I'm not a fan of his music, but I don't know much about him, but hell, I tell you what, I know a lot more about him now.
Yeah,
I know a lot more about him now since he's gotten involved, and he's on Stephanie McMahon's podcast last week. Which apparently is really good. So I haven't listened to that.
I haven't listened to that yet.
By the way, oh my god, if you do anything, listen to. She had Randy Orton on there, and she had oh my god, what's his name? Khan. The guy Nick Khan. She had Nick Khan on there too.
Oh,
and both amazing interviews, but especially Randy Orton. because you will see Randy Orton in a whole new light, a whole different light. Like, it's so fucking good.
Interesting.
So I highly recommend it.
All right. Check it out.
Both of those. Yeah. Gunther versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who we got?
This is tough.
I'm conflicted on this one. Yeah.
This is tough. Because
one part of me is like, Gunther hasn't held the title long enough since winning it back from Jey Uso, but then I feel like this is a great opportunity for CM Punk to win a championship for the first time in over a decade.
Yeah.
And the only way that if he doesn't do it now, then he kind of just needs to be in the main event of WrestleMania next year.
Yeah,
and win it there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this one is really, really hard for me to call. They could do the same thing they did with Jay too. CM Punk can win it and lose it again. Like Gunther can beat him later to get it back.
And the only thing we can hope here that would kind of save this whole situation and not really caring who wins in a way is that this whole thing with Seth Rollins' injury has all been a work. And he'll just come out.
Well, that's the other
cash in.
That's the other big I there's something in my head that says we could 100% do that because Punk winning, getting that feel good moment, and then Seth coming out and taking it away from him is. We want Seth Rollins versus CM Punk one more time, and having it for the world title.
We do.
And then
I think that there's something about this injury that just it at first felt quite legitimate, but the more it just seems really fishy. Something doesn't feel right about it.
Yeah, the lack of any the lack of information or the lack of like any like updates. You know?
Yeah, like, I feel like anyone that gets injured, you normally see, the photo of them with their knee brace or in crutches or post-surgery or something. But there's been nothing, and I'm just kind of like...
I wonder like, if there was...
He's made appearances... He's been on American football shows on like ESPN, and like he's mentioned that, I'm wearing a knee brace under this desk.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can't see under the desk. Yeah. I don't know if you're telling the truth.
And you can easily wear a knee brace when you don't need a knee brace. Like...
Right. And then the whole thing was that he went to get evaluated in Birmingham, Alabama, and they haven't done surgery yet because there was too much swelling. But I'm just like, I don't buy that either. I feel like last time he had a knee injury, he got surgery days later. So I'm just a bit skeptical.
Yeah, I'm wondering. It's very questionable, and I think if I'm gonna be putting our prediction on the line, that's got to be my prediction. The prediction is Seth comes back, and takes it.
Yeah, that's what I'd like, and I think if this match is on last, then I'm pretty much going for that. I think if it's last, then I know it's happening almost.
Yeah, exactly. But
at the same time, CM Punk getting a big win at the main event of SummerSlam is also a big moment. So
I think CM Punk is winning the match. I think CM Punk's
winning the match too.
Yeah. And then what happens after that is bonus points.
Yeah, and we know that Gunther is gonna absolutely beat the crap out of Punk, so he's not gonna be great after the match.
Exactly.
And all right. I think we're on the same page there as well.
Yeah.
All right. Judgment Day: Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for the Women's Tag Team Championships.
I think this is gonna be the first crack in the Judgment Day armor.
Me too.
Also, I do love the fact that they refer to them as the Judgment Day. Like they refer to
they are.
Right, but they refer to. I think this is the only stable that has both men and women who this applies to. Because they're the Judgment when Finn Balor and JD McDonough are tagging together, they're the Judgment Day,
Yeah.
They're representing the Judgment Day.
And I think it's great. Like, I mean, Finn Balor made a point on Raw, like in the little backstage segment. He was like, "We're the only like all these factions that have come and gone. We're the only one. They've literally been around since 2021. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Like, it's been 4 years that this faction's been together, and we've seen members come and go, but we haven't seen a complete breakup. And I love that, because why should they completely break up?
Right. They're
like
it's almost like they're the new Bullet. They're the Judgment Day is WWE's Bullet Club.
Yeah,
It is
exactly. Well, the
essentially that.
NWO kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just there's the members shift in and out, and hell, there's not even a single original member yet, technically.
No, Finn
left,
Balor.
So
When Finn came in, yeah, because the Judgment Day was the Judgment Day before Finn. It was Edge, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest.
Yeah, that was the original lineup.
And
so it's like it's changed over the years.
Yeah, as soon as
and I love
Finn
it because I think
in,
it's done
Edge,
it's done a great job of getting people over. It got Rhea over, it got Damian over, it got Dominic over, it got Finn over,
it's got Rochelle
got
Rodriguez
Liv
over, it got Carlito over.
Exactly, and now it's getting Roxanne Perez over. It's got
I mean,
JD
R-Truth was
it's
part of the
everyone
Judgment Day.
over. Yeah, it's just gotten everyone over.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
It-
a great faction. But yeah,
And I love that.
yeah.
I do love that it kind of, in a sense, it's kind of Finn's faction because he is now the longest tenured member.
yeah, they run with the narrative that there is no leader, but
Right.
I mean,
Sure.
who else?
Right.
At this point.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
I
I'm
think
going with Charlotte Flair. And
yeah,
Alexa
Charlotte
Bliss.
Flair and Alexa Bliss are going to win. I think the payoff from their uncanny thing. Plus, it's Charlotte Flair. She shows up. She gets a title.
Yeah.
Give her, let them hold it for a while too. Let them. People seem to like this pairing. It's getting Charlotte, actually cheered. Charlotte's having fun, and that's what makes that makes a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. I kind of feel like they have to. I feel like they have to win.
Yeah. In fact, I think they should win because I think if this match is at the start of the night and Roman and Jey win and Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed lose, it will put the faction of them and Seth in a losing position.
Right.
And it would it makes it even more better if Seth comes out later and wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Because and there's the other thing. If Seth comes out and makes it a triple threat match, then there's no disqualification, and then Braun and Bronson can also come out and destroy Gunther and CM Punk both.
Yeah, either that or they could just come out after the match and take out CM Punk. So there's many ways of doing that.
That could it's one way to keep both of them safe. You're right. They could come out after the match, beat the shit out of CM Punk and Gunther, and then Seth cashes in, and it's still a 1v1. But Gunther's nullified. Punk is also, and Punk is gone. But if you wanted to keep Gunther safe and not have him actually lose, make it a triple threat, no DQ. Braun and Bronson clear house, and he pins Punk in the triple threat so that Gunther doesn't actually get pinned. So so maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe because that holds off the big CM Punk win too. Maybe I'm going. Maybe I'm going to retcon that. I'm going to say he makes it a triple threat.
Makes it a triple threat. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to retcon that. I'm going to go hard into the cash in during the match.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross with his second PLE match of the year.
Yeah.
It's happening. Finally, we've been talking about it since fucking God knows when, but it's actually happening now. The push. I mean,
either if Kross doesn't win, then I think that he's gone. Then I think they're letting him go.
Right.
There is talks. There is. I hate talking about like contracts are up and they haven't been renewed yet, and Cross's contract's up at the end of August. I'm like, yes, that's great for the storyline too.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, if Triple H got in a room with Karrion Kross and they signed a contract, who the fuck's gonna know?
Yeah, exactly. And also,
like,
or
literally,
if they have a conversation that says, listen, we're not going to sign the contract until after this, so that we can still say that it's not being, there's still no signed contract.
At this point, it's one of two things, and if the contract thing is legit, one, I think if WWE can't be that stupid, because he's literally been a top merch seller for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You've got a gold mine sitting on your hands. You're ready to push him now to higher levels. So there's that. Or
I mean, we know how powerful he is. We shared a thing from him months before any of this went down.
Months and months ago.
And he reshared it, and we got like one of the highest viewed reels that we ever made. And we were so ahead of the game. We were ahead of everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were.
Pat ourselves.
This is true. Pat ourselves on the back for that one.
Yep.
But yeah, there's either that, or from Karrion Kross's point of view, it could potentially be, just talking in non-storyline related terms, and if the contract stuff is true, then it could be that Kross feels that he should be getting the push already, and he wants to go somewhere else to get it instead.
Yeah, that's
so.
Very well might happen.
But how do I see it going? I think that he is signing a new contract. I believe that Sami Zayn will win this match, and I believe it's because Sami Zayn will use the steel pipe to win, and it will cause. And while that will then vindicate Karrion Kross, and I think that we'll see a slight character change to Sami Zayn, because I think that, not that Sami Zayn's gotten stale, but I just feel like he needs a character change. Basically, yeah. I feel, you're right.
It's not that he's gotten stale, but he's gotten stale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Like, I have a love meh relationship with Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
It's hard to it's just hard to top where he was when he was part of the Bloodline story.
The Bloodline, yeah, and when the Bloodline split, yeah.
He's just not believable as a top face. I'm sorry, he's just
no.
and I think that's what has to happen. He has to go back to the conspiracy theory, like, angry. He's got to have a heel turn. Sammy's got to have a heel turn to gain some relevancy or something. He's got to do something.
And wouldn't it be great that, and it would then vindicate Karrion Kross even more, that if Sammy won his first world championship by just cheating his way there.
Yeah.
And I think that would vindicate Karrion Kross.
Wait, why does Sammy get a championship match?
Well, because he's always been going on and on for ages about winning a world championship.
Oh, right. He's still trying to.
Karrion Kross keeps laughing at the fact that he could ever win one.
Right, because he'll never win one as a babyface.
Right, so I think you could run this that you could have Sami Zayn go on from this rivalry as a heel, win the championship, and then you could run this rivalry back in a year or two. Sami Zayn is champion, and Karrion Kross is goes after Sami Zayn with the championship. There's many ways of going at it, but I'd love Karrion Kross to get a win, but I think he got the win a few weeks ago on Sami Zayn by using the pipe himself. So
yes, yeah.
What would be even cooler is if the person that throws Sami Zayn the pipe is Scarlett, not because she's siding with Sami Zayn, because she's trying to get Sami Zayn to use the pipe.
Yes, because
do you know what I mean?
Kross he's one of those characters that doesn't need to win.
Yeah, his motive is not to win the match. His motive is to fuck with your brain.
Yes, exactly. and that's what's so dangerous about it, because the win losses don't matter. It is
exactly
manipulating.
Not for Kross.
Yeah, and this has been his
not into a championship is involved. Does it matter?
Right.
But yeah, right. No. Day two, I think we should. For day two, I think we should work from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, because John Cena versus Cody Rhodes is clearly going to be the main event.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
from the bottom to the top, in this order is the Wyatt Six, Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy, versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix versus DIY versus Fraxium versus Motor City Machine Guns versus Street Profits. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to announce that name of that tag team?
which one?
The one that you always get wrong.
The what do I keep saying? The
Motion
City Machine Guns.
Motion City Machine Guns. Throwback to
Motion City Machine Guns.
Man, remember when?
Remember
when Motor City Machine Guns debuted? Feels like
Feels like well, that's actually it was a year ago because they posted about it on Instagram the other day. It's been a year, right?
Was it?
And I gotta say, like, we'll get into this match in a second. 6-pack tag TLC match for the tag team championship.
Yeah.
It's gonna be insane.
Oh, also, I didn't even make note. I will be at night one of SummerSlam.
You will be at night one,
because
you'll likely see the cash in yourself.
Yeah, and our special counsel Danny the Brain Bauman will be at night two, so he will have. He'll be able to review.
So we'll have insight from both nights.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yes, indeed. So anyway,
but two things I want to say. One. Still don't like Fraxium or Nathan Frazier, but that's for the story for another time. But the second thing is the SmackDown tag division. I think is fucking great. Right? They put on
fantastic,
great matches week in, week out. One thing I just cannot fucking understand is that every single week when DIY, Street Profits, Fraxium, Motion City Machine Guns, yeah, I said it. They come out, and the crowd is just dead. But then by the end of the match, they're cheering their asses off for them. But it just seems to be them. The women, the men, and any other division are getting cheers, but the tag division just seems to be getting no reaction.
They're getting,
and I just don't understand why.
They're not getting the reaction on their entrances. They're getting the reactions during the match.
Yeah, but why is there no pop when they come out?
Because all of these guys are spot guys. That's why they're all. It's all spot guys. The Wyatt Six aren't, but
yes,
Andrade and Ray Phoenix are luchadors. They're all spots.
I think the Wyatt Six could get a pop for sure.
Yeah, they get a pop.
But,
no,
but the motions that I did it by accident that time. The Motion Machine Guns. Like, literally, it's been a year, and their pop has not changed at all. Like, they don't get reactions.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it
Weird.
is. Other than,
but hey, who's going to win this match? It's kind of hard to predict because there's 6 teams, but it's hard. I'm going to go for DIY. Fuck it, I'm going to go for DIY. I think. No, what? I'm going for Fraxium. I hate them, but I'm going for Fraxium because they're the only team here that's not won it, besides Andrade and Ray Phoenix, but I think they're too new of a team to win it, so I think Fraxium should win it.
Yeah, I know.
That's who I'm going for.
Yeah, it's. I don't think that the Wyatt Six are going to retain because no. it's just too difficult for. It would be too easy for people to focus on them, somehow take them out of it.
Also, it's a good way of the Wyatt Six losing the championships without having to be pinned.
Exactly.
As well. So I think they're losing, and I think I'm going for Fraxium. Much it pains me to say it.
Yeah, I'm leaning to DIY. I'm leaning to DIY because they've made such a big deal about being the ones that should be saving the tag division. And it's good, and everyone hates them, so they can fight. So they can literally fight everyone else, as well.
Yeah.
And I like those guys. We like them. We interviewed both Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, so they should win.
We did.
We haven't interviewed. Haven't interviewed any of the other guys, so they shouldn't win.
You're right. So they should win.
Yeah. That's all. That's how
Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
Well, did you have another point?
Nope. I was just going to say the same thing I just said, just slightly differently.
Kind Classic Ralph. Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship.
This is going to. I think we're going to see the continuation of a slight downfall in the Judgment Day, and I think Dominic's going to lose because AJ needs the IC title. He needs to round it out.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect. And it's,
yeah, I think you're right.
And AJ should be able to beat Dominic Mysterio, and I think we'll also. We might even. There may be some, if we have some shenanigans in the women's tag match, and which we very likely could, Dominic might be out there and he could accidentally cause them to lose by paying attention to Roxanne. And the same could happen where something happens and Roxanne might cause Dominic to lose, or I don't know the status of anyone, but we could see returning Liv Morgan.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
I have no idea what her injuries are. I think it might be a bit worse.
But I think either way, AJ Styles wins. Judgment Day is going to have a hard SummerSlam. I feel like. But Finn Balor and JD their titles are not up for grabs, so they're safe.
But we could go into Raw the next night.
Raw next night.
With them being the only ones with gold.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting.
And they could lose them that night too.
They could, yeah.
They could. It's very easy.
Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match. By the way, can I just say that Dominic and AJ is the only match of the entire second night that has rules. Because we got a TLC match, a steel cage match, a no DQ match, no DQ, no count out match, and a street fight, and the triple threat match has no rules because it's a triple threat.
Yeah, you're right. Dominic, it's the only normal match.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
This is like an Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
Right. And it'll be it's almost extreme. Yeah, it is night 2 is Extreme Rules. Cuz the first night is all normal matches.
All straight up matches.
All just straight up matches.
Definitely done with intention, I think.
That's absolutely. Although that is kind of weird. They're stacking. Yeah, like
it's a bit lopsided to have all the stipulation matches on the second night. You think that they would spread them, but they're going heavy hog on the night 2.
Well, we'll never know. We'll see. There might be a triple threat match that night.
Yeah.
But Solo
and Jacob.
I'm gonna go with Solo. I think Solo needs to hold on to that title a little longer for it to matter. Plus he's got he's got a whole fucking faction. And dude, is that guy's name really Tala Tonga?
It's Tala Tonga.
Is it really? It's really Tala Tonga. I mean we're is he related to Tama Tonga directly? Like
I'm about to tell you. Hold on, because I'm not.
I don't remember
family,
remember seeing him in the bloodline.
Yes,
I don't remember.
He is the brother. He is the brother of Tama Tonga and Tongaloa.
He is the actual brother. Well, Tongaloa is adopted.
Yes, but
so he is really Tama Tonga's brother for real. Okay.
Yeah. But his name before he came to the WWE was Hikuelu. I can tell why they changed it because I can't pronounce it when I read it.
But Tala Tonga.
But yeah, why?
Because he's the taller of the Tongans.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
It's just because he's tall. Like, yeah, it's gotta be. We're gonna call you Tala Tonga.
It sounds like a Cockney saying it, like Tala Tonga.
I need to look on the bloodline tree, the bloodline family tree that was put up last WrestleMania 39. I need to see where Tala Tonga, whatever he was called before there. I need to see him on that family tree, and I'm going to research that after we're done recording because we don't want to take up too much time. because we're
yeah.
already almost at 2 hours.
Talatonga is yeah. Anyway, Sosco, I agree.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu is so fucking over. I love to see it.
He doesn't need he doesn't need the title to be over. He's great at being
also going back real quick, Dominic Mysterio got himself involved in a AAA event the other night to a massive pop, by the way.
He did.
But that's how I could also see AJ Styles winning, as by interference by a AAA wrestler, which is great exposure for them at SummerSlam.
Yes, that's also true. That could happen.
Yeah, I'm going with that. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, no disqualification, no count out, last chance match. And if if Lynch wins, Valkyria can no longer challenge for the title for as long as Becky Lynch has champion. For the Intercontinental Championship.
And I think that has to happen.
I'm going for Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah. You're going with Lyra?
Yeah.
I think I'm going with Becky Lynch. I can't ever vote against Becky Lynch.
I think that Becky's lost won too many times, and I think you need to put the new upcomer over on a big stage, on a massive stage.
Maybe, but I think there's still more to be done with the. It's one of those. This is such a specific stipulation that if there's more story to Lyra's fight. If she can't even face Becky anymore, I think Bayley's going to be involved. I think Bayley's going to be the one that causes Lyra to lose, and that's going to set up Bayley versus Becky. And there'll be some way that Lyra will then face Bayley to win it back.
Right.
Because
maybe.
I hate for a stipulation to just be pointless. Like, okay.
I think that well, I guess this would be pointless if Lyra does lose, because it would. Oh, I get. No,
if Lyra wins, then she just wins the title. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no I don't know.
I get you. Yeah, I could see that, but I think I'm still going for Lyra. I think that. I think that Becky Lynch is in a bit of her quote unquote part-time stage of her career, having a kid, and I think she's taken a lot more time off regular intervals now.
That could also be true. She might want to take some time off after SummerSlam.
Yeah, kids
are going back to school soon.
Yeah, so that's a thing. We'll, but I'm going for Lyra.
I still got to go for Becky. I can't vote.
Naomi, who's on a fucking legendary run right now. Yeah. Absolutely love her. Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship.
Oh, this is
tough
real.
One.
This is real tough. No, it's not tough. I think Naomi retains. I think.
Me too. Because I think the two obvious ones here are Ripley and Naomi, but I think Naomi should keep going with this, and I think she's on a great roll right now. It'd be such a shame to end it.
Yeah, and I think because everyone loves Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky so much.
Yeah.
That their rivalry as respected friends.
Yeah.
Is going to cause them both to lose.
Right.
Because they're going to ignore Naomi. I feel like they're going to ignore Naomi for most of the match. It's going to be like Naomi's going to come in, and then they're going to both team up on Naomi and knock her out, and then they'll fight each other. And then Naomi comes back, and then they're going to fight, and then they're both going to fight Naomi and knock her out again and fight each other. And eventually, she's just going to smash him in the head with the title. I want to see a title shot to the head. I want to see Punk's Talk Wrestling Hall of Fame inductee title shots to the head at some point SummerSlam. And this would be a great match.
I'm sure it'll probably be from John Cena.
It will probably be from John Cena. That is true. We will see. Yeah, we will likely see it from John Cena. That is that is part of his finisher now. But
yeah.
No, I think Naomi's gonna retain. Yeah. And Rhea and Io are gonna they're gonna continue to fight for the spot for the number one contender spot. while Naomi gets to fight other people for a little while, because she hasn't done anything else but deal with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky since winning. It's only been a couple weeks, but like there needs to be other people challenging Naomi as well.
Right.
And Rhea and Io need to go back. Rhea and Io need to either go back down, or their rivalry winds up becoming a tag team, and then they can get involved in the tag division too. Give them some time away from the title picture. So that's why I'm going Naomi.
And main event: John Cena vs. Cody Rhodes street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship.
I think we're gonna
the bigger one.
Yep, I think we're gonna see title shot to the head, low blow, title shot to the head. Maybe we'll even see. Maybe Travis Scott will actually show up. That would be great. I'd love it after what we've talked about earlier. It would just be hilarious. It would be hilarious.
I think The Rock could definitely get involved in this match. I think it would be a good time for it to happen, since we haven't seen him since Elimination Chamber, and he is the root cause of this whole storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's many ways this can go. I read a really cool little prediction thing the other day, which was like someone saying that he would come out and help Cody Rhodes. Because John Cena has been, not up to The Rock's standards. That would obviously then turn John Cena heel. He'd have his come to Jesus moment and realize he's been a dickhead. And then Cody Rhodes would. But basically, what someone was noting is that Cody Rhodes in the last few weeks and The Rock in the last few weeks have posted very similar things on Instagram. For example, they're wearing the same watch in one photo. They're wearing the same glasses in a photo.
Really?
So it's
That's
quite
interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Very, very subtle things, but very interesting. So it could lead to nothing. It could be a red herring, but I don't know. This is the hardest one. I think it would be good. I think I could see Cody Rhodes winning it here.
Really?
I think that. Yeah, because I think that it's a good length of a run for John Cena in his last year. I think that the rest of the year for Cena could be focused on more matches. I don't know, just having matches that matter to John Cena and his career. And there's plenty of people we could see him face that are new and old, like old rivalries and new people. So, but I just don't know if the championship needs to be involved in that. I don't think that's something that he needs to hold by the end of the year. So I think I'm going for Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
But anything could happen. It's a street fight. Anyone can get involved, and with no repercussions either. It's not like WrestleMania where a ref needs to be knocked down. Like, we could just get on with it. So, yeah, anything could happen.
Anything could happen in WWE. That is true. All right.
That's true.
Well, with that, I think the only things else we need are our shout-outs. Shout out to Wikipedia. Support Wikipedia. Shout out to Al at 2K and Kaylee at 2KUK. WWE 2K25 is available now at WWE.2K.com. There are DLC packs, and it looks like Travis Scott is not one of the secret people in the DLC packs. But go get it. If you haven't got it already, then go get it. And tell them that we told you to do it. Subscribe for free at Patreon if you want to get some other stuff when we put some other stuff up there. Patreon.com/punkstalkwrestling. You can interact with us on social media on Instagram and Threads at Punks Talk Wrestling, and YouTube at Punks Talk Wrestling. You can also email us at punkstalkwrestling@gmail.com. Next week's episode is going to be our 2-night SummerSlam review. We'll have some first-hand accounts. Maybe we can even get Danny the Brain in on some of this. We'll see what
That'd be
see what
great.
his busy schedule is like. But yeah, until then, we're back. We'll see you next
Fuck yeah,
week.
we are. It was good to be back.
It feels great to be back. But we're done.
Hell yeah.
How do we end these?
All right, bye. See ya.
That's how.